Hello everyone, how are you all today? Welcome to Glasgow, this is Kit. In this video, I want to talk to you about how we can build our solid foundation in order to achieve our goals. Why do we need a solid foundation? Think about when you want to build a house or a flat. There's preparation need to be done in order to build on the area for your flat or house to sustain the weather and the elements. This is similar to us human beings that need a solid foundation that's not going to be shaky throughout our lifetime when we need to go through the trials and tribulations, the setbacks, the challenges, and also what life throws at us on a daily level. When we have built a solid foundation, nothing can shake us, nothing can crumble us. Until we have built this solid foundation, we are going to crumble during times of setbacks, hardships, emotional turmoil, financial turmoil, deaths in the family, losing their job, going through a breakup in a relationship, and anything else that we have no experience of. There are certain things that we need to know in order to build a solid foundation. I want to show you a visual. Many people don't set goals because they don't know what they want. They don't know what they need. They don't know what their values are. They don't know what they desire. When you know what your needs are, your immediate needs, your personal needs, and your relationship needs, it becomes easier to meet those needs and have a healthy relationship with yourself and others. When we know what we want, we can set goals. We can dream big. We can fulfill our passions. Next is desire. Desires, I think of it more as luxuries such as going on holidays, eating certain foods and drinking certain drinks that you enjoy drinking and eating. Then there are values. Values are what we think is important to us, what our beliefs are, whether they're religious or not, what we're passionate about, what is important to us, what our integrity is. I put this under values. When we know what we want, we can set our goals. However, until we know what our needs are on a personal level, on a relationship level, and on an immediate level, our immediate needs are food, water, clothes, shoes, shelter, healthcare. Our relationship needs are whatever you need in a relationship in order to feel valued and important. For example, my relationship needs are I need to feel valued and important in order to feel loved within my marriage. I need to feel that I'm being listened to with intent to understand. These are my relationship needs. On a personal level, my needs are, because I'm an extrovert, I need to be surrounded by people in order to feel energized. For introverts like my husband, he needs more me time. He needs to be away from people more than I do, where he feels energized. Until you know what your personal, immediate, and relationship needs are, it's very difficult to have a healthy relationship with yourself and others. Next, when we come to our wants, a lot of people don't know what they want because they're distracted from the drama of everyday life. They're focused on the news. They're being distracted from what it is that they want. Ask 10 people what they want. They'll be struggling to tell you what it is that they want from life. However, they will be able to tell you with much talent as to what it is that they don't want. Listen to the amount of people that complain about the weather, their jobs, their family, their spouses, their children. They're telling you what they don't want. They have no idea what it is that they do want because they're so drained and focused on the everyday dramas that's going on around them. And they have no idea what they do want because they've got sidetracked, they've been distracted, they've lost their wants. When we come to our desires, it's more to do with the luxuries. Our immediate needs are food. When we desire certain type of food, say for me, I like to eat sushi. I enjoy eating sushi. That is not an immediate need. I just need to feel fulfilling my appetite when I want sushi. If I get to eat, that's my immediate need met. However, when I want sushi, it's a desire. It is not an immediate need. I don't need to eat sushi in order to fill my body with food. Therefore, it's a desire. Same as wanting to drink wine or a beer. These are not our immediate needs. These are desires. Our body doesn't need them in order to survive. Some other people like to go on holidays. That is a desire. It is not an immediate or personal or relationship need. Therefore, it's a desire. Some people don't know what they desire. Similar to what they don't know what they want because they've been sidetracked and distracted. Those who do know what they desire have a better relationship with themselves and others. Next, I want to go to the values. We all have our core values, our integrity, the things that we won't never do in order to harm ourselves and others. These are our core values. It's what we think is important to us as a human being. For example, I value my friendship and the time I have with my family. I will create some time during the week, the month, to bond with my family, bond with my sons, bond with my husband. This is what I value because relationships are important to me. It is my values. Other people will value different things. Different people, they will have different integrity as compared to mine. It's important that you know what your values are. What are your boundaries? What will you not do? What will you say no to? No matter how much money you're giving, you will say no to absolutely that certain thing. For example, for me, I would not accept any amount of money to harm my family because I value my family. They are important to me. Some other people would say they would never take money for selling drugs. That's their value, that's their integrity. I would never do that either. What are your values? What is important to you? What matters to you? What is your integrity? What is your boundary? Where will you stop and say, no, I'm not going to do that? It is important that you know these things. That's how we build a solid foundation in order to achieve what we want from life. It's important to know that that foundation that we have built is going to be solid whilst we work on our goals. No matter how distracted we are, we know what our needs are, we know what our wants are, we know what our desires are, and most importantly, we know what our values are. Because this is our foundation. Nothing and no one shall cross that boundary with us. Nothing and no one shall distract us from meeting our own needs, from getting what we want, from having what we desire, and what we value. For instance, you tell your spouse that you want to achieve a particular goal that you have set yourself. Your spouse doesn't agree with it because of X, Y, Z. Are you going to allow your spouse to influence whether you work on this goal or give up? When you know what your values are, you will value that particular goal that you set yourself for, even though your spouse does not agree with it, which he has a right to. He has a right to disagree. However, he does not have a right to stop you from working on achieving this particular goal that you have set yourself. This is where your values come in. Another thing I want to cover is, when you have that solid foundation built, you will allow no one and nothing to stop you from achieving your goals. For example, when I set up my Glasgow Go Getter workshop, I told my sons. My middle son was quite pessimistic about it. Oh, I don't think that's going to work, Mum. That's his opinion. No problem. He's entitled to express his opinion. However, his opinion is based on his thoughts and emotions. It is not based on whether I can achieve setting up this workshop and making it a success. Whether I allow his opinion to affect my thoughts and feelings on this particular matter is within my control. I do not need to allow it to. I shall not allow it to affect my thoughts and my emotions. I can take it with a pinch of salt, acknowledge that he has a right to express his opinion on my setting up this workshop. Whether it works or not is still to be seen. Just because Colin said, oh, I don't think it's going to work, Mum, does not mean it's not going to work. What he means is, I don't think it's going to work because of X, Y, Z. He did not say, it's not going to work, Mum, don't do it. He was merely expressing his thoughts and emotions. Maybe he doesn't want to see his mum fail. Maybe he didn't want to see his mum go through the heartache of setting up the workshop and it's not going to work and I'm going to be disappointed, no matter what. I have my solid foundation. Nothing is going to destroy my solid foundation because it's solid. No matter what anyone says, no matter what anyone thinks, my goal of setting up my workshop and making it a success is still intact. I do not need to fight with anyone who tells me, oh, I don't think your workshop's going to work, Kit. Oh, thank you for sharing that with me. Why do you think it's not going to work? Instead of arguing with them that it's not going to work, or telling them, you're wrong, I'm going to make it work no matter what, I do not need to argue with them. I merely thank them for sharing their thoughts with me and move forward. Continue building my workshop business. This is why it's important to build on your personal foundation. It is important that you make it as solid as you personally can, as you possibly can, knowing what your needs are, knowing what your wants are, what your desires are, and knowing what your values are. I suggest that you get to work on these if your personal foundation is a bit unsteady, it's weak and it's fragile. Know what those needs, wants, desires and values are. Then you shall be able to work on achieving your goals without being distracted because Tom, Dick and Harry has said to you, it's not going to work, you're not going to achieve your goal because of X, Y, Z, or because it didn't work for Tom, Dick and Harry, it's not going to work for you. Or for example, you have a desire to fulfill your passion, which is fantastic. However, you are going to get people who are going to tell you, because they think you're not going to be able to fulfill your passion does not mean you're not going to be able to fulfill your passion. It merely means that that's what they think. It has nothing to do with you. It is their thoughts. Fulfilling a passion can be very empowering. I know myself, I've fulfilled many passions and still do. It's very liberating, it's motivating, it's inspiring to have a passion where it lights up your life. People who don't have passions are merely muddling through life. It's absolutely amazing when you can fulfill your dreams, your goals, your passions, fulfill your desires, even fulfill your values. It's extremely empowering. It's enjoyable. It's what life is about. It's not just about going to work, paying some bills, going on holiday, pleasing the spouse, pleasing the children. Having goals gives us something bigger than ourselves to focus on. I hope you enjoyed this video and got something from it. Please click like and share with your friends, family, anyone that you think would benefit from it. Feel free to comment or ask any questions about this video. I would love to connect with you and help you achieve your goals. Until next time.